That's what resilient is. Like when difficult situations happen in your life, you got to bounce back. You can't let it hold you down. Many people sometimes let things hold them back from achieving or going further in life. Um, Being like I said from Costa Rica is like you go through difficult stuff in life. You go through personal issues. You go through things that might sometimes keep you down, but you have to be strong and push forward.
Welcome to another episode of the Happy Friday Committee Mindset. Today we have a special guest, Mrs. Shaida Allen Wilson, who is an entrepreneur, retired military, and a world traveler from Costa Rica. How are you doing today, Miss Shaida?
I am doing great, Mr. Ali. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I wanted to get your perspective today on the Happy Friday Committee mindset, which is being fearless, resilient, intuitive, determined, appreciative, and youthful. And I know you have a lot to share in your travels and the things that you have done. So just starting with the word fearless, what does that mean to you?
Well, the word fearless basically means not being afraid of anything. But let's be real. Everybody has some kind of fear, but you're not supposed to let your fear take over.
Yes, ma'am.
So fear can sometimes creep in and make you stop you from doing things in life. Everybody has some kind of fear when it comes to some kind of work related, starting a business. But to say totally that fearless, which is me not being afraid, I don't think everybody can say they're not afraid of something.
Yes.
And actually, they say, in the words say, like with fear, God didn't give us the spirit of fear. I mean, you're not
Yes,
supposed to be afraid, but you're going to be sometimes nervous. You're not supposed to claim that you're afraid, but you kind of basically work towards it. If you are nervous about something or started it, you don't let that fear or that make you stop you. So fearless is basically saying, I'm not afraid of anything, but I can't really say anyone not nervous or afraid of starting a new business or going on an adventure or starting a new job. You always have some type of fear towards it.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. The next principle would be being resilient. And can you give us a time in your life when you had to be resilient?
Ooh, there's so many times. So I could say I'm from Costa Rica, and that's one things we had to learn in life is that you got to bounce back from anything that happened in your life.
Yes.
That's what resilient is. Like when difficult situations happen in your life, you got to bounce back. You can't let it hold you down. Many people sometimes let things hold them back from achieving or going further in life. Being like I said from Costa Rica is like you go through difficult stuff in life. You go through personal issues. You go through things that might sometimes keep you down, but you have to be strong and push forward. You can't let it hold you down from moving forward. Me being part of the military, of course, I learned also to be resilient. Like you're going through that boot training and all the different things. And man, I'm hurting. I can't do this. I can't do that. You gotta push.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't just stay there and say, "Oh, I can't do this. I'm done." No, you gotta push through. So it's be able to bounce back when stuff push you down, hold you down, break you down. You gotta push forward. You cannot let it hold you down from moving next step forward because that could definitely be a hindrance in your life from meeting your goals or reading what you want in life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The next principle will be being intuitive. What does that mean to you? And how did you follow your intuition in terms of everything that you have done in your life, as far as like joining the military and moving from Costa Rica and things of that nature?
So intuitive, basically, let's say it's about being discerning. I think everyone has it, but not everybody listens to it. It's like that's what you have in your spirit that you have, and it tells you, guides you. But like I said, not everybody want to listen to it. Everybody want to do what they want to do. But intuitive is basically following that spirit, that word that's inside of you that say, okay, don't do this, don't do that, or or something might pop up and say, I might need to kind of think about doing this right here. Or even when I was going to the military, I mean, it was something that my aunt, she was in the military, and I always say, okay, for some reason I was stuck on that, like I want to be in the military when I get to the States. Of course, I didn't know I was going to get to the state, but that was my thing. So I kept saying it so much that it actually manifested. It happened.
Wow.
So that's a lot of things then in life. You can say stuff and believe it, and it will happen. If you don't believe it, then it won't happen. If you whatever you say, the tongue is a powerful thing.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
say it, you feel it. So anytime people say, "Oh, well, something told me," no, that little voice that tell you something, that means it's telling you, "Don't go here, don't do this, or you should do this. You'll be successful with it." I have a discerning spirit. I always pray. I always ask the God for that. I ask, for discerning spirit. So I could meet somebody and something might say something about this person, or
Yes,
might just blow out and say something to them that I don't even know why I said. but it tends to happen, right? So I feel like everyone has that intuitive spirit inside of them, just that not everybody obey it or kind of like follow it. Absolutely. If you follow your intuition, you might get yourself from a lot of trouble or get yourself from doing a lot of
That's
things
you're
not supposed to
ma'am.
do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So definitely.
Absolutely. The next principle would be determination. How does that play a part in your life?
Oh boy. I'm a person that I do not sit quietly. I always, if I do something, I always want to do more. I'm not just a laid back, sit in a comfort zone. It's like you have to be determined to want more in life. If you determine that you want more in life, then you won't get there.
Yes,
but ma'am. If you're just gonna lay back and say, well, I want to do this, but you have to be determined. And when you say it, you gotta mean it.
Yes, ma'am.
That's determination to me. If you're gonna say it, then be about it. You gotta do it. You can't just say, I'm gonna try to do this, and then, and it has happened, because sometimes everybody happened too. It happened to me before too. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and then I'm like, a year passed, I'm like, man, but guess what? If it's something that's intuitive, again, in your intuition, it's gonna come back to fruit, and it's gonna fruit back again. It's gonna be like, okay, you was gonna do this. What happened?
Yes,
so you get determined.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, so you get to be determined. You have to be determined that you want better in life. It's especially like if something like, I'm coming from Costa Rica, and I did not say I want more out of life. I didn't just sit back and just say, okay, I want this, and it just gonna fall in my lap or in my hands. You got to go for it. So I went from, I was in Job Corps, and then after Job Corps, I was like, I need more. So then I joined the military. Then I finished the military, and I went into, medical. Then I was like, for 10 years, I didn't like the medical for too much. So then I said, okay, I'm going for business. So I went for business degree.
Yes, ma'am.
And I got my bachelor's, and then I said, okay, this ain't it. I'm going for the master's, as you know. Got my master's, and then now I'm looking at business ventures. Just kind of like, you keep going. You got to be determined about what you want to do in life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, since you have obtained your master's and everything that you have done. How appreciative are you now that
I am
you have
very
accomplished?
grateful. I am totally grateful. That's one thing you always have to remember, to be grateful, because you didn't just get there. It took a lot. It took
Yes,
people
ma'am.
around you. It took God. In my case, I feel like, God really was with me, because at one point I was like, I ain't going back to school. I'm done. So I would have never thought that I will finish the master. So I'm definitely grateful, because it was times that I was like, I don't feel like writing this paper. I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing that. So to get to this point, you have to demonstrate gratitude and be happy.
Absolutely.
Just be just thankful for everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The next principle would be youthful. And that is the last principle.
Such a good tale, I'm a jelly
How do
jelly
you
jelly.
remain youthful?
Huh?
How do you remain youthful?
Well, for one, it all starts with the mind for me. You have to, in your own mind, you have to be like, I'm happy, because sometimes depending on how you think is what maintain you
Hmm.
youthful. Exercising, eating right. Of course, not everybody eat right, because I can't say like I'm the perfect what I eat, but I still pay attention to what I do.
Yes, ma'am.
I like going out. I like having fun. Not nothing rowdy, but it's still, you get out and you get around people that loves to have and enjoy. You
Yes,
gotta
ma'am.
laugh. Laugh is good for the soul. And a lot of
Absolutely.
people don't understand that. When you laugh and enjoy life, you get to be youthful at the same time, because you realize that, there's nothing to be worried about. Stuff in life come and goes. If you stay and worry and stress about that, you're gonna be getting old before the time is over. So you need to like can't stay laughing. And I ain't trying to get no wrinkles and
Yeah.
I'm looking all crazy in a few years from now. So
Absolutely.
when I tell people my age, they be like, "You look like a little girl." Hello, yes.
That's too funny.
So that's my thing. I be grateful, eat food, you know what I'm saying, and thank God each day for being where you at.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, out of these principles, being fearless, resilient, intuitive, determined, appreciative, and youthful, what principle sticks out to you the most, and why?
I would say, well, two. I can't say one. Because
Okay.
it would be
Okay.
it would be
Okay.
it would be it would be it would be the resilient
Yes, ma'am.
and being grateful.
Absolutely. Wow.
Because those two to me work together. Like, I wouldn't be able to bounce back if I were not grateful at the little small things.
Mm. Mm.
So, like, every time you go through something in life, there's something that will make you try to keep you down.
Mm.
But then there's that spirit that tells you, no, get up, continue going. And then you got to be grateful for that. You cannot say, oh, I did it by myself. No, that spirit within you is what make you get up. So you have to be grateful for that every little step that you take and everything that you do, that it gonna take you to another level. When
Absolutely.
you're not grateful, you can find yourself like back down, because it's like, well, I think I'm doing it by myself. No, you're not doing it by yourself. it takes a lot, because
Absolutely.
sometimes there is stuff in life that could really bring you down and really make you feel broke down. And I mean, it happens. Yeah, it happened to me. And if you saw me like 10 years prior to now, you would not see the same person.
Yes, ma'am.
I bounced back from a big drop. So
Mm.
I'm grateful for the person that I actually am now.
Wow. Wow. Excellent answer. Excellent answer. And and I'd just like to thank you for coming on, taking time out of your busy schedule.
Of course.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I know this is going to help a lot of people. So thank you for coming on.
I hope we do, definitely. And I appreciate it. And, I thank you for what you're doing. That's an awesome thing. I never thought about Happy Friday, but it's Friday, and I am joyful. I'm like,
Yes, ma'am.
ecstatic. So every day is Friday. Every day I see Happy Friday. So
Yes,
Happy
ma'am.
Friday to everybody. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's great, and I like what you're doing. That's it's something great that a lot of people need, that motivation and that encouragement to keep going on.
Absolutely.
Everybody needs that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you, and you have an excellent day, okay?
Thank you. You too, Mr. Ali.
All right.